Well, the point is that at the beginning of this year, 2011, I was accused of negating the so-called aggression of Soviet Union against Lithuania in 1991. I was accused of negating, belittling of the so-called aggression. But I have to say that in 1991, when Soviet troops clashed with Lithuanian civilians, approximately 14 people were killed, but nobody could prove that these were Soviet soldiers who were killing Lithuanian civilians. But the Lithuanian propaganda made a kind of big bubble out of it, made the image that Soviet troops were killing Lithuanian civilians, which was not proved. And this version of events, it was a transitional period. 1991, Soviet Union was crumbling. Lithuania was still inside the Soviet Union de facto, and these killings accelerated the collapse of Soviet Union. And since then, the officials of Lithuania use that propaganda version in order to make an enemy of Russia and in order to justify all the economic crisis that we have. They always blame that these are Soviets and Russians who are responsible for current Lithuanian economic misery. I told in 2010 that these were, speaking about 1991, these events of January 91, that these were our people shooting at our own people, because there were provocateurs in the crowd who were shooting from the roofs. I didn't deny the criminal act of Gorbachev to send troops to civilians, but I said that besides this crime there was another crime by some provocateurs who were shooting at Lithuanian, because I had the proofs that there were a lot of witnesses who saw that, and that the bullets in the bodies of victims were from hunting guns, hunting rifles, which were not used by Soviet troops, and these bullets they were from the angle of 50 degrees from above, and this coincides with many witnesses who saw that. Then I said that Lithuanian elite and the government started prosecuting me, and now there is a criminal case against me. Today they were supposed to announce the verdict. The prosecutor wants me in 1 year in jail with postponement of that sentence for 2 years. They want me 1 year in jail but postpone it during 2 years. That is, if I commit any minor crime in the period of these 2 years, I will be put in prison for 1 year. But there were lots of witnesses who saw these provocateurs. There were lots of people from the Lithuanian side who were speaking about the provocation. And there was one famous writer, Mr. Petkevičius, who wrote about that this was Landsbergis, the former head of Lithuanian national movement, who organized that. And Mr. Butkevičius, his defense official. And also many other people wrote about that. So I was basing myself on these quotations, on witnesses, and on the documents of Lithuanian court medicine expertise, which showed that bullets that hit the victims were from hunting guns and not from Kalashnikov and so on. But if this mythology crumbles of the event of 1991 in January 13th, if the mythology crumbles, then this Lithuanian state has no ideology anymore, because mainly this ideology of the current nationalistic Lithuanian state is based on xenophobia, nationalism, sometimes even neo-Nazism, and Russophobia. This is why they cannot forgive me. This is why they most probably will sentence me for any kind of sentence. but I must say that we will in the end win, because they cannot prohibit us, they will not be able to stop us to find the historical truth about the events of 13th January 1991.